If you've ever wondered about God's timing, then you're in good company. The story, the gospel reading for yesterday that was read at our church and in churches around the country, was this story of the raising of Lazarus. And at the heart of this story stands this question: God, why didn't you prevent this tragedy? In the story itself, it's asked 3 different times. It's asked first by Martha, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. It's asked again by Mary in another way, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. And finally, by the crowd of mourners who've gathered with Mary and Martha to mourn the death of their brother Lazarus. Speaking among themselves, they say, couldn't he, the one who opened the eyes of the blind, couldn't he have prevented this man from dying? But it's noteworthy, Jesus doesn't answer their questions. Instead, he weeps. We get this 2-word sentence, the shortest in all of Scripture, Jesus wept. And in that short sentence is wrapped up this profound truth about the God that we serve. That Jesus is not some God who is far off and distant and removed from us, but he is a God who draws near to us. But Jesus doesn't just empathize with our hurts and our pains and our sorrows. He acts. Because after weeping, he goes to the tomb, he commands the stone to be rolled away, and then he shouts into the darkness, Lazarus, come forth. And the man who was dead for 4 days walks out alive. The other thing that this story, the raising of Lazarus, teaches, not just that God empathizes with us, not just that God acts, but that God doesn't act on our timetable and probably in the way that we might want him to or expect. And so as Christians, we learn throughout our lives to wait on God and to wait in hope. Psalm 130 says this, out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. O Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my pleas for mercy. If you, O Lord, should mark iniquities, O Lord, who could stand? But with you there is forgiveness, that you may be feared. I wait for the Lord, my soul waits, and in his word I hope. My soul waits for the Lord, more than watchmen for the morning, more than watchmen for the morning. That's a curious phrase. But as Christians, we wait in hope, like watchmen waiting for the morning. Watchmen who have no doubt that the sun will rise if they wait long enough. And for us as Christians, we understand that God doesn't always act in our timing, but we wait, and we wait in hope, knowing that as sure as the sun rises, our God will act.